I played the Nintendo Switch 2 and I had a good time. Just wanted to share some thoughts. I'm not telling you to buy the Switch 2. I'm not your dad. I went to the Nintendo Switch 2 experience. I stayed for about 2 hours. You enter and you get this leaflet and lanyard. On the back of it, there's this sticker, which is your station number for Mario Kart's world. And this QR code is for trying out the game. The first experience is Mario Kart World's Grand Prix. You play 2 races only, one in TV mode against someone else, and one solo in handheld. Here's a bit of the design of the venue. I think there were about 80 stations set up, each with 3 Switch tubes. I played 2 of the new courses, the first as Wiggler and the next as Moo Moo. And it's just as bullshit. I got blue shelled on the last turn and placed 4th. So, that was embarrassing. I also didn't win the game against the CPU, so 0% win rate. Already. The game itself is great, looks really good, and it's just more Mario Kart fun. If you've seen the trailers, you'll know the new courses are one long track like Big Blue in Mario Kart 8. I tried wall riding and the grinding, but I haven't played enough to truly understand the mechanic. So right here I'm holding the Switch 2 and it's pretty hefty. Feels much heavier than the Switch. Feels sturdy, didn't feel any flex at all on the Joy-Cons. And it's not an OLED screen, but it looks fine to me. So that's the first experience, but the fun begins here. You get to the main venue, and if you look on the map, there are quite a few things to see. First, it's the display. Just the Switch 2 and the peripherals. It had insane backlighting, so the recording here isn't great. Here's the Switch 2 Pro controller and the new GameCube controller. You also get to hold and try out the Switch 2. I got to detach the Joy-Cons, and there's a huge button at the back of it, in pretty much the same position as the one on the Switch. You hold it down and pull it out from the top, and you kinda latch the bottom and slide it back into place to reattach it. But who's here for the hardware? We're here for the games. Most of the big titles are available to play, but you only get to try one. So with this QR code on the lanyard, you can get 1 ticket to try 1 game. I wanted to play Donkey Kong Bonanza, but I couldn't, so I went for Metroid Prime 4. In hindsight, I should have chosen it in the first place so I could try out the mouse controls. Before I talk about Prime 4 though, let me walk you through the hall and show you what I've seen others play. Let's begin with the boring ones, so the ones from other publishers. It's a pretty interesting selection. Nobunaga's Ambition, Bravely Default Flying Fairy, Tamagotchi Plaza, Split Fiction, Street Fighter 6, Hades 2, Daemon X Machina Titanic Ski-On, Cyberpunk, and Yakuza 0. I don't know why you would choose to play any of these, but there was someone playing everyone. These aren't bad games, but only Tamagotchi and Daemon X Machina are new games. You can play better versions of these on other platforms, so why waste your only choice on one of them? For Yakuza and Cyberpunk? Too mature. How does Cyberpunk run? Who knows? I don't have much to say for these, but Street Fighter 6 has motion controls, I'm pretty sure. I saw people shaking the Joy-Cons to input commands, I think. Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour. Moving on, we have the GameCube games. These are the 4 you could play, and no one chose Wind Waker. Here's a bit of F-Zero GX and Soul Calibur. You're not even playing as Link. What are you doing? Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Just go home and play them. Someone for the Lionel? Okay, you got the Flurry Rush. And for Tears you do Sedan's Dungeon. Star-Crossed World? It plays exactly like Kirby in the Forgotten Land, but at least you're playing new content. That's all the boring ones out of the way. Let's start with everyone's favorite, Mario Kart World Knockout Tour. It's more Mario Kart. You're playing a course I haven't played, and quite a few cows of course. This doesn't seem like a good choice to play either. Imagine you lose right away. Too bad. That's your only game trial down the drain. Moving on to another Mario game, we have Super Mario Party Jamboree plus Jamboree TV. You could either try the camera minigames or the mouse minigames. I came alone, so... Of course, there were lots of families and I watched a bit of gameplay. I'm not trying to film strangers and their kids, but everyone seemed to have fun. There's also one minigame where Bowser walks out. He's like the game show host and he challenges you to a shouting contest. So every so often, you would just hear people screaming. When I first entered the hall, I heard horrific screaming and I was really confused. But the game looks better than I thought it would be. Speaking of looking better, Drag X Drive actually looks kind of fun. Still not gonna buy it. Groups were matched 3-on-3, everyone was laughing and having fun. This guy is not clutching up. But next, it's the game I didn't get to play, Donkey Kong Bonanza. And god damn it, it looks great. You smash, and you smash more. Took Nintendo long enough to realize that's what a big gorilla is good at. Some elements are pretty similar to Super Mario Odyssey, mainly the UI, but yeah, seems like a ton of fun. Really looking forward to this game. Of course, I saved my experience for the last. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Look at this art, it's so beautiful. Here's what the stations look like. Pretty much the same for every game, just a different stand mostly. And there were no Metroid floating around. I put them in to cover up people in the background. You start off with a really gorgeous cinematic. It looked crazy good. Completely unexpected for a Nintendo game. It looks like one of those Smash Reveal CG trailers. It was stunning. Guess that's what Retro were cooking up for so long. I don't need to tell you this, but the game looks amazing. This is a massive step up from Switch graphics. You play through the gameplay review trailer basically, and I'm sure you're wondering, how were the mouse controls? Just watch this guy play and look at their aim. That was pretty much me at the beginning. It was a bit too sensitive for my liking, but I'm sure you can turn it down. If you've played Metroid Prime, you know what the lock-on does. You lock onto the target completely. You don't have to aim. For Metroid Prime 4, it's back to how it was on the Wii. You still have to aim. You fight some space pirates, and I struggled a bit. They were moving fast and I was not aiming well. Once you get past that, you fight Abarax. I adjusted to the controls right about here, and the mouse mode was actually pretty nice. It was kind of awkward to hold the Joy-Con, kinda like this, but you have to press Y to go into Morph Ball, B to jump. I think people with bigger hands will struggle a bit. I'm not gonna spoil what happens next or how you beat the boss, but it was real good though. Highlight of the events for me. That's pretty much it. Events was organized nicely, staff were great. They said I could get a small gift if I filled out a survey. That's pretty lame. Oh, it's cool as shit. I'm looking forward to the launch of the Switch 2, and I'll probably stream it, on Twitch maybe, so swing back when June 5th arrives.